Um, yeah, obviously, great environment. I want to thank our Bobcat fans and community for showing out like this today. Makes for a heck of an environment. Credit Montana for making the plays to come out here with victory tonight. I thought our guys really battled hard. Both teams played really efficient offensively. Unfortunately for us, we had just a few too many minor breakdowns that cost us a couple possessions, and unfortunately weren't able to capitalize at the free throw line in the second half, missing 11 free throws in the second half. Really hurt us tonight, but credit Montana for stepping up and making plays.
Questions for the players?
Jabe, you guys had a bunch of opportunities and you built a bunch of momentum but couldn't quite get over the top. What do you think was the difference?
I think we just got to get stops down the stretch. Just kind of like bear down those last, the whole game, but 4 minutes. We kind of huddled up and we're like, hey, we got to get stops right here. And we just didn't stay down on drives and just made some stupid mistakes that we don't make again next time.
Patrick, second rivalry game in a row, were you able to get to the basket pretty effectively? What was working for you? What were you seeing?
Pat, can you take the microphone?
Yeah, I was just trying to play my game, be confident, be aggressive, and just get to my spot. And just trusting, all the work I put in the last two years, and just playing my game.
Pat, did that dunk feel, or any of those and ones feel like it was going to shift the momentum more than it was?
Yeah, I think they caused the fans to get into it and the team to bring some energy to the team. But yeah, like Jabe said, we weren't able to just get over that hump.
Anything with the free throws as a team, that any explanation for why maybe it just wasn't going right today?
Just, I don't know, just lack of focus, maybe. Those are shots that, we're a good shooting team, and next game we'll be better.
Any more questions for Jabe or Pat?
Jabe, 17 again for the fifth straight game for you, even though obviously there was not the results you wanted tonight as a team. Can you just speak on maybe how you're going to stay a little bit more locked in and focused because you're coming up on the end of the season here?
Yeah, I only got a few more games left in my career, so I just want to kind of go out on a high note. I credit coach a lot too for moving me off the ball, just putting me more in a scorer's mentality, and just like kind of just set my mind on defense and rebounding, and then the offense is going to come, and then just stay faithful. God's given me a great opportunity, and just all credit to him.
How was your first experience playing a home brawl? How did that go?
It was awesome. I was telling some of my teammates, I was like, this is probably the most locked in I've been for a game. Just the environment, and I really wanted to win tonight. And but it's all right. We'll see them again in the tournament.
Matt, similar question. You had multiple times where you gained some momentum, but Montana with an answer. So, what do you think the difference was?
Yeah, I think we'll look at the film and find a couple key moments where we got an and one opportunity that rims out, and then you get 1 to 2 free throws. So you're at 1 point instead of 3. Come down. I don't know exactly how close these plays tie together, but Bryce trips over Money Williams in transition. That's 2 free points. We get the shot clock down to 3 seconds. Jabe attacks the ball from behind, reaches in. That's 2 free points at a point where they weren't really in a position to get a good shot off. You do the math on the margins, with that and missed free throws, and you feel like it was a game you had a chance to win, which is certainly disappointing. But again, these are details and lessons that hopefully we can learn from and pay heed to moving forward the rest of the season, and certainly when we get to Boise. But again, Montana puts a lot of pressure on you. They're very well coached. They're very well organized, and their players have a lot of confidence in what they do. And I thought even you can talk about it, you can show film, you can break things down. But ultimately, when you make mistakes, they do a good job making you pay. And so we just have to limit how many mistakes we make. Whether that's staying down at the end of drives, not allowing the ball to get where they want it to go, and then and then see what that looks like defensively, where you're not kind of beating yourself in some respects. But again, like the credit goes to Montana. You make a mistake, they still have to make a play, they have to make a shot, they have to make the free throws, and they did that tonight.
What did you think of their balance, tonight, as far as just getting a bunch of different guys going?
Yeah, they've been really balanced all year long. I think when you've got 3 perimeter scorers that are capable of going 15, for 15 to 20 points any given night, and Brandon Whitney, who has been in the program for so long and really understands time and game management. That allows them to be really efficient offensively, and they've been very efficient all conference play, especially this last month or so. I thought we grew from an offensive standpoint, versus our first contest, and I think as we continue to tweak lineups and rotations, and I think we've got still a lot of room for growth.
Pat said like a focus on free throws. Is there anything? Is that the only explanation? Are there any other explanations you can think of?
Guys miss free throws sometimes. We work on it all the time. We've had games where we've been really good. Brandon Walker was 75% over the last 5 games. So obviously that comes down a little bit now. But it's just something you have to work on. It's something you have to be excited about in terms of the opportunity. And I think our guys were. It just didn't happen for us tonight. So I've got a lot of confidence in our guys that hopefully the next time those opportunities present themselves, they step up with confidence, knock them down, and that allows us to maybe build off some of the momentum that we were starting to get by getting to the free throw line and creating some scoring opportunities for ourselves. So that's a part of the game. If I knew how to guard other teams' free throw line, I think we're like one of the worst teams in the country at free throw defense. I still haven't figured out how you do that, but the best medicine for us is just to make all of ours. So,
What'd you think of just the team being able to cut so many deficits in the second half, including that 72-59 one, and get close, throughout the last?
Yeah, our guys have fought all year long. We've I think we've only been in 1 or 2 blowouts, all year, and they were against high major opponents. So we know we can play with everybody at this level, and we're getting closer and closer to winning some of these close games against really good competition. We've won more of these close games of late, but you got a Montana team that's red hot right now, and you got to play really well to beat them, and we just fell short in a couple of small areas.
Last game, you guys held them with 39% from the field in the second half. You talked about how proud you were of that defensive effort. Tonight they shot 56% in the second half. Was it a matter of them just knocking down shots, or what did they do differently that made them successful?
Well, I think that's where I'll get back to some of the details of our defensive game plan. We left some stops out there in terms of our discipline. Whether that was closeout discipline and pushing the ball where we want it to go on drives, or end drive discipline. Where the ball gets in the paint, they pick their dribble up. They had a number of fouls in those situations where we left our feet, which is certainly not what we work on or teach. And so, we've got to get better in that area. And when you get people to pick the ball up in the middle of the floor, those are tough spots to get offense from. And there's no better place, from my experience, to get offense from than free throws. So that's a big swing, when you get a possession to, kind of get a little bit muddy and you stop a drive, and then, they pivot, shot fake, and you don't have the discipline to keep them off the foul line or stop, an and one in some cases. So that's an area that we got to get better at for sure.
Is there any solace in knowing that it's, a couple free throws away and a couple plays either way away, or is it more frustration that it's a couple free throws and a couple plays away?
There's no solace in losing. There's just lessons. This team, is not that far away from having a really tremendous record, but we don't. And if there was a lot of solace in that, I would probably have had a little happier winter so far. But we've got to find ways to finish the deal and win. Win those battles, and hopefully, all the lessons that we've had to date will be things that we can, carry forward this last week and a half of the regular season, and then into Boise, and play our best basketball here for the next 2 or 3 weeks. And I think that's what our guys have been focused on for quite some time, and we've been playing better because of it.
That maybe gets a lot tougher given that you go on the road this next week. What do you ask of them for that stretch?
We've got to have a great week of prep. Portland State's playing good basketball well, especially at home. They're very, very good at home, and it's a great opportunity for us to, have a sweep over a team that's in the top half of the standings, which obviously has some value. So it's a huge opportunity for us. There can't be any sort of let down or hangover from this. It's onward and upward from here.